Otto Elf. The output of this artist is absolutely mind-blowing. I cannot believe how much content she's been putting out lately and how in-depth and awesome it all is. Like, this is not mini or light songs. This is a lot of work for each one of these amazing pieces. I'm excited to see what this one brings us. So, she's got this darker sound to her. It's placed a little further back, and we've heard this character from Ado before. We haven't really heard her in a rare instance. The first 26 seconds of a song, we haven't heard her shift in characters or placement as much as we normally do, which is really surprising to me. There's sort of this motherly tone, like she's giving advice, imparting wisdom, offering encouragement and solace. Her voice perfectly reflects that vibe that I'm getting. And that's just such a wonderful aspect of Ado's voice, is that she can be a storyteller with her tone, with her placement, even though I don't understand the words and I'm relying on translations to get the meaning. Going back just a little bit here. To me, not to me. Oh, soft, warm, beautiful placement. And I like how she, even there, there's this sense of like keeping myself grounded even though I'm lifting. So many narratives. Still dark, even though she's belting it. She's bringing it a little bit more forward. Let's see where she goes. She say not she say no. That was a fun breathy. So that's an area where she's really being dynamic here, even though she's staying fairly static in her overall placement from forward to back. It's this idea of adding breathiness to certain passages as well as creating this non-breathy sort of approach as well. Listen. And really a way to work that kind of coordination into your voice is to think about the sound H, ha, 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 and make that H and compare the differences in sensations between ha and and then blend the two together. Ha, 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 ha. Like that's at the very simplest, that's how to start developing breathiness and rasp into your voice. I love the dynamics. Hear how she didn't fully abandon out of the H posture there. It's really difficult to be agile with your voice. Listen to how agile she is in terms of letting those multiple notes still be their own notes. When I go super breathy, I get less coordinated. she's able to be very targeted, even though she's letting a lot of air out right there. Listen. There we go. She's opening up a little bit her placement. We're hearing a bit of that bright brash right there, just on that one note. Of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I understand that some of this is just language and vowel pronunciation that's unlocking different placements, but that's not really all there is to it when it comes to Ado. And if I were to compare this in my own language, if I say the word free, let's say I sing that word, but I do it with a more back placement. Free. I'm saying the same word, free, whether I do it back or free. So it's the same word, the same vowel, the same overall sound, but a different placement and a different sheen placed on the voice. You hear her doing this all the time, willfully. She might have one sort of shape to her voice, even over similar sounds, similar fundamental sounds. While nobody's going to sound exactly like Ado, we can take what she does and learn from it. If you would like help learning from her in an even deeper way and connecting it to what you can do with your voice, while figuring out other things that your voice can do really well, and there's a lot, click the link below and join my free singing course. You can find it in the pinned comment or video description, and I'll help you pull sounds and feelings out of your voice you never knew were there. That was awesome. Let's listen to that shift in placement there. Also, notice this beautiful breath that's part of the music. They didn't delete it in the file. They didn't try to minimize it. One more time. Dark. That could very easily be, especially in her range. Doesn't work as well with my voice. She really opened up there, and then that little quiver that follows. Oh. And what makes this so fun is that she really has led us with this static, more static for her, character up really until this point. And now she's opening up into, it's almost like she's waiting for us to get to a point where we're like, come on, open up. And then when she does, it's like, oh, yes. And there you hear that nice contrast of that brighter, more brasher sort of sound. And then her trademark sort of sounds that I just love that. So that was beautiful on Adieu. Listen. Notice the difference in placement. I'm actually lower right there, but I'm a little bit more yawn. My larynx is lower. Don't let anybody tell you to fix your larynx. Let it float. Lower and raise it to get different sounds out of your voice. It's the same word twice, different notes. Adieu. Joined by a beautiful chirp or yodel almost, break. So much coordination, so much going on just in that one little section. It's subtle too, more subtle than I've heard from her in a while.
Love you and you.
Back to that sort of motherly, imparting wisdom character. Yeah. Cry out, scream from the depths of your heart, and listen to what she does with that. And incidentally, I just reviewed her coaching some other vocalists, and she was, man, it was so cool. She was getting right into the meaning of what they were saying and telling them how to feel as they delivered their vocals. And this is what she does. So naturally, I'm sure she's rehearsed this, but cry out, scream from the depths of your heart, and listen to what she does. She cries and screams with her voice. That broken entrance combines it with that brashness. And then sighs out of it. Sigh! How thick and warm her voice is in general. Hear the contrast? Key change! I love key changes! You don't hear enough of those in songs anymore. Beautiful bass line. Those breathy inserts. If you're a singer, practice that. Breathy head voice, then break into a determined, full, lower posture chest voice. And see what sorts of things come out in your voice. It's not going to sound exactly like Ado. I don't sound anything like her. But it's unlocking, just the mere inspiration of what she's doing is unlocking things in my voice that I wouldn't ordinarily do. Cool background vocals there. I like that messy sort of sounding guitar. I think that's guitar scrapes. Listen to her swell her voice so nicely. Almost like a string player putting more pressure on the bow. Doesn't work quite the same way in my voice because of the where my break is. If I were to lower that, that's so fun and so well placed here. What I like about it is that so many singers shy away from like, oh, I better not break. oops, my voice is cracking. And she, all over the place, is just like, no, my voice is going to crack all the time. And that's just fine. And here is a really controlled, deliberate use of the vocal break. And just landing on that pitch. Oh, that was a cool chromatic walk up. Ah, she's going up. The arrangement's going down. Fun. Such inventive writing and arranging. Incredible. And you really think about, like, in general, pop music is considered, I don't know that I necessarily agree with this statement, but boring, vanilla, very predictable. And that is absolutely not words that I could use ever to describe any Ado song. And I think that in some ways, at least from the pop that I've been listening to lately, they've done a really good job of sticking with the familiar, but then putting in little things that make you go, cool! And I love it when stuff like that happens. It just makes you want to listen to the song so many more times because you're anticipating those kinds of things. Let's talk about that. She starts in an E shape head voice. And then she's grounding right as she breaks into her chest voice. So it's going the other direction from where she does sometimes, which is up to that break. That would be up to it. She's going, such a nice, sizzly, distorted sound that she's getting out of her voice. There's actually 3 things happening here that are worth, putting together for you and analyzing. Is that the note? So you hear that more extreme breakup, which is her landing right on that, breaking point and giving us more support. But you still hear a bit of that note, and mine's more extreme than what she's doing, and I'm doing that on purpose to help you hear the difference between what she's doing. So there's the clean. It's that note underneath, but it's in conjunction with landing on that break. So you have that sort of fight with your voice between chest voice, head voice, I'm not sure. You hear me zero in on that pitch, and then by the time she gets to she's doing that note with compression over it. So in her case, it's a chest voice note. Me, that's a mix. But then I'm going to think holding back air over my primary chords, over my voice box. So it's the supraglottic structures, the areas above my larynx that are heating up that note. It's actually quieter because I'm constricting air. So if we take what she's doing and we do that melody, you hear clean, then clean chesty, and then really heating up that last phrase. It's so much more fast than what I was doing, but so cool. It just rings for her. That's actually very similar to an exercise that I have in one of my courses to help you develop your range. This idea that you're entering notes from some arbitrary place in your head voice and you're breaking or flipping into them. Ugh. The fact that she can be so bellish, so warm, even in that register of her voice, and then also give us the yeah stuff is just awesome. It is so fun. I have never heard another vocalist quite this extreme while still accessible and memorable. So pretty. So pretty. Beautiful strings there at the end. Wow, wow, wow. Thanks so much for watching and enjoying this with me, and thank you for requesting. It means a lot that you guys come back and watch more of these videos and continue to make requests and interact. Be sure to check out the many other Ado videos I've done on this channel right here. And again, if you would like help working with your own voice in this freeing, non-judgmental, experimental, fun way, click the link below in the pinned comment or video description and join my free course. I'd love to help you pull things out of your voice you never thought possible.